Hey guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a very chatty get ready with me. I'm going to be getting ready doing this kind of Glossier girl minimal makeup look. This is kind of inspired by the Glossier aesthetic of like dewy skin, fresh faced, minimal coverage, very low maintenance, just kind of easy makeup to do. Believe it or not, I don't wear the extra Instagram makeup every single day. This is kind of what I'm wearing on like 4 out of 7 of the days of the week when I do work. So this is what I look like on a pretty daily basis. I just like to go for something a bit more minimal on days where I feel like I don't need to be looking super glam. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. So I'm going to be doing this look for you guys while also answering the questions that you guys sent in for Q&A that I asked for quite a long time ago. I got some questions over DM, some on Twitter, so I'm going to be answering some of those. We're going to get a bit more personal than I've ever been on my channel, but I hope you guys enjoy this one. I hope you guys get to know a little bit more about me. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get right into the get ready with me. I'm just going to start off with my favorite, the Tarte Silk Canvas Primer. You guys know how much I love this one. I've been raving about it pretty much nonstop. So just scraping the coin across, taking a tiny amount, about the size of a grain of rice. Then I'm just going to take that small amount, dab it onto my face in the places I need it. For questions, let's just start off with something very simple. Where are you from? So, of course you can take that in multiple ways and interpret that question differently, so I'm just gonna answer it in all aspects. California, obviously, born and raised here, and I've lived here for pretty much my entire life, so I love the state. In my opinion, California is the best state in the union. However, our weather is very weird. I feel like a lot of people on the outside think California is like this utopia of perfect weather 24/7. It's like 100 degrees outside right now, and I'm filming this with no AC on because obviously you can hear the AC in the background if I turn it on, so I have to film without the AC on, and I'm really not loving it right now. So yeah, California summers are not the best. They're just really hot and very dry because obviously it's a desert. But besides that, I love living in California. I think it's really the best place ever. I'm just gonna put a little bit of the Becca First Light priming filter on top of my cheeks just to add a little bit more glow. Totally unnecessary step, of course, just having that little extra glow. So we're just gonna dab some of that on. And then in terms of like ethnicity, which I assume the question was asking about, I'm biracial, 50% Japanese and then 50% European. The European side is kind of a blend of different areas of Europe, so 18% Italian, the rest of it's gonna be like Russian, bit of German, 8% Hispanic, but yeah, just European broadly. In terms of where I'm from, California, United States of America, born here, lived here my entire life. In terms of like nationality, ethnicity, biracial, Japanese, European. Today for foundation, I'm going to be using the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Fair. Obviously this is a very light coverage look. I'm going for that kind of Glossier girl, oh I only wear like mascara and a tiny bit of lip balm look. Obviously I'm using a ton more products than mascara and lip balm, but I love having that kind of minimal makeup aesthetic, especially since I am going to work today. I do work at a science center working with children, so I don't really like to wear super bold makeup to work. It's not really in our dress code, so. But yeah, I guess that kind of answers another question. What do I do for a living? That's my part-time job. I am a full-time student, but right now I'm currently working at my science center. I also do YouTube, and I do make a small amount of income here. But yeah, my career is something I do prefer to keep private, so I don't really like to answer a lot of questions on that one. Figured I'd just divulge a little bit of information here, what I'm comfortable with. I'm just going to use my Sigma F80 flat kabuki, and I'm going to buff that in. I find that using a brush with lighter coverage, things like this one, gives a little bit more coverage to the product while still applying it very nicely. The next question is really cool. If you could collab with any brand to make your own makeup, what would you do? So obviously this would be like a dream for me because I do have like a relatively small following on here, so it's not likely that I would ever collab with a brand anytime soon. But maybe in the future, if my channel does grow, I would absolutely love to collab with Anastasia Beverly Hills. You guys know that is my favorite makeup brand, and that would just be a huge dream for me. I already have so many ideas of what I would love to make, and obviously whatever I create in terms of collabing would be nice and bright and colorful with a really fun color story. I'd love to do an eyeshadow palette. I think that would be awesome. I think I would also really love collabing with Colourpop to make, you know, like maybe an eyeshadow palette, a couple like lippies or something. I think that'd be really fun. Colourpop is another one of my favorite brands, and I love that they're affordable. I could see myself collabing with Deck of Scarlet. I think that would be a really fun collab as well. I really like their palettes a lot, so I would love to create a palette for them. You know, honestly, I'm pretty open to anything. Those are just 3 of the brands I could genuinely see myself collabing with in the future that I would love to do anything with, but I would also love to work with, you know, like e.l.f. Cosmetics. There's so many brands and I have so many ideas. Obviously, I'm not a huge YouTuber, so the likelihood of those things happening is slim, but you know, everyone can dream. and I think it's always nice to set some goals for yourself. So those would be amazing dream collaborations that I'd be so honored to do. I'm gonna go in with some concealer. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer in the shade Light. The next question that I really want to answer is, what is your personality type? So if you're not familiar with the Myers-Briggs personality test, which I am very passionate about, I ask pretty much all of my friends what their personality type is from the Myers-Briggs test. So I think that's a really cool and very accurate personality test. But I am an ENTJ, which I think fits me to a T. That is like a leader's personality type, very type A, very goal-oriented, knows what they want, is very ambitious. So I think that my personality type really does fit me to a T. By the way, I'm just kind of patting this concealer everywhere. It's a very glossy kind of light coverage concealer, and I love how it looks like actual skin. While that has contributed a lot to my successes in life, that can also be a major character flaw. For example, I really do fear failure and loss of control, and I care a lot about what other people think of me, and sometimes that has really hurt me. But regardless of that, I feel like knowing myself and knowing my personality a bit more has allowed me to kind of tailor my life and figure out what friendships work for me. And since kind of changing the people that I surround myself with, especially in the last year, I've been so much happier. I have found so many amazing friends that I wasn't friends with beforehand, and just this past year has been one of the best of my life. Also, I am a Gemini. I don't really follow star signs or zodiac signs very closely. I'd love to learn more about them because I do think they're cool, but I prefer more of like an analytical psychology approach to personality rather than like relying on star signs and stuff. But this concealer is very wet, so I'm just gonna set it real quick with the AOA Studio Perfect Finishing Press Powder in the shade Porcelain. Now I'm going to cream contour. I'm using my Fenty Beauty matchsticks. I have the shade Amber and Linen. This is from the Light 100 set. The next question is kind of deep. It's, what's your greatest achievement? So again, I feel like with the where are you from question, this one can be interpreted many different ways, so I'm just going to answer it in all aspects of the question. In terms of like social media, here on YouTube, I would say, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot to come. I'm really proud of what I've been able to do so far. I guess I would say being able to build a platform where people trust me. I feel like there is such a mistrust of beauty gurus and beauty influencers here, and I hate that, and I feel like sometimes a lot of that mistrust is unfounded. It's based a lot on like drama channels and stuff like that. I do believe that viewers have the right to question who they're watching and always have the right to seek out honest things, and I feel like honesty can be hard to come by, or at least that's what it seems like in the past year or so, of people kind of losing trust in a lot of the people here on YouTube. So I love the fact that I've been able to build a channel with a viewer base that trusts what I'm saying, comes to me for honest reviews, and is just really kind people. That just means so much to me. You guys are always so sweet, and obviously I do get the odd hate comment every now and then. So many amazing, loving comments that really outweigh the ones that are negative. I guess my biggest achievement here on social media would be building a platform with people who trust me, and I will always fight to keep that trust. I would never do anything to violate it. So that is my #1 goal, is to go forward with integrity in building my channel. In terms of like my personal life, I would say publishing my book, which I published in early March of this year. That was a huge, huge accomplishment for me. And I was actually recently honored by Princeton University for my contributions to literature. So that was amazing. I'm not quite ready to talk about the book on my channel quite yet, which is funny because I was courageous enough to actually like talk about it in writing, but I don't know, it's not something I'm ready to address here. So obviously you can go find the story for yourself if you'd like to, but I'm not really going to talk about it right now. I just do want to say though, that has been probably the biggest accomplishment of my entire life, personal life, public life, whatever. That's just insane to me that I was able to do that. And as somebody who is so goal-oriented and very ambitious, it's hard for me to kind of sit back and, I don't know, I guess like feel proud of myself and take pride in something that I've done. So yeah, being able to say that I'm proud of myself is a huge accomplishment in itself for me, because I've spent so much of my time always beating myself up, never feeling like I was good enough. I'm just gonna set all over my face with the Glossier Powder in the shade Light. And then finally, in terms of like my academic life, I guess straight A's. This past semester, I think you guys saw in like late May and June how stressed I was getting. I was going crazy because this has been by far the hardest like academic year of my life. I took the hardest classes that I've ever taken in my life, and just in general it was a very stressful year. I pulled through with a perfect GPA in both semesters, and I'm so incredibly proud of the fact that I started the year thinking that I was going to be dropping at least 3 classes, and I finished with all my classes and all A's in all the classes. So that was awesome. Again, I'm just being kind of liberal with the powder, dusting it pretty much everywhere. There's so much more to come. I feel like 2018 and 2019 are gonna be my years. I'm gonna continue to work hard, and I can get down very often. I do struggle with depression. So from time to time, I can get defeated and I can feel really bad, and that's something I was struggling with a lot in June. But yeah, right now, where I'm at in my life, I do believe that there are amazing things to come. So I'm very ambitious and very excited about the future. I'm just gonna take my Physicians Formula. I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and bronze up my face. I have the shade Light. It's one of my favorite more natural bronzers. Just kind of diffuses really evenly all over the face and gives you a nice natural warmth without looking like you're actually wearing bronzer. So that's what I'm going for this look. The next question is, what are your plans for the future? So again, another question that could be interpreted many ways. I plan to enter the field of medicine. So once I'm out of school, I really would like to become a doctor. I'm really interested in becoming a neurosurgeon. And I know that that takes a lot of work. So that's a huge goal of mine. I'd love to do something in terms of maybe like disease research. I want to cure something. That'd be awesome. I do believe that they will come out with a cure for cancer sometime in my lifetime. So I would like to work on finding a cure for Alzheimer's, which is a disease that has touched people in my personal life, or maybe work on treating neurological diseases, mental illnesses, and stuff like that. I'm just gonna blush up my cheeks real quick using the Essence Satin Touch blush. And then in terms of my channel, I do want to keep doing this as long as I can. And you know what? I know that my schedule is going to continue to get harder and harder to deal with, but I do believe that I can handle it, and I will continue to try and work hard to produce content no matter how hard my life gets. I'd really like to stick to at least one video a week. Currently right now, since I'm not really in the semester, I've been doing a lot more uploading. So I'm having fun creating content for you guys. Hopefully I never have to quit this channel because I do really enjoy it and it's a good creative outlet for me. Obviously it's not my main career and I don't think it's ever going to be, but I love this channel. I do want to continue doing this for as long as I possibly can. Okay, so my camera died, so while my camera was charging again, I just did my brows off camera because I hate doing brows on camera. And I don't really do anything different. I just use my Anastasia Brow Wiz as usual and just pencil them in. I figured you probably wouldn't want to see me just drawing on hairs that I don't actually have on my face for like 5 minutes. So I figured I'd skip that step, just do them off camera, and get right back into the Q&A right now. I'm going to use the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is my favorite for more natural makeup days, and obviously we're going for that Glossier girl aesthetic, so nice natural highlights that can kind of be blinding on the face, but like also not look like you're wearing highlighter and kind of melt into your skin. So that's what we're going for today. The next question is, where do you want to travel next? I've had Japan on my to travel list for a while. I have been to Japan before, but it was like a long time ago. I want to say like 7 years ago. So it's been a while. I don't remember much of it, and I'd love to go again. So I actually am going in spring 2019 for spring break. My mom is taking me, so I haven't traveled with her for a bit of a time. So we are going to Japan together. We're probably going to be in Tokyo, might visit Kyoto, and then we're going to probably go visit Hiroshima, which is where my family's from. I'd also really love to go to Canada, probably some of the biggest cities. I'd love to go to some of the French-speaking regions as well because I do speak French. I'm fluent in French, so I would love to go visit Montreal. I think that sounds beautiful. Quebec sounds awesome as well. I was in Canada like one time about like 10 years ago, I want to say. I went on like an Alaskan cruise and we took like a 6-hour stop in Victoria, Canada, but that was like not even a trip into the country. So I feel like I'd love to go there. I think that'd be really cool. And it's so weird to me that I've lived in North America my entire life, but I've never like been to Canada. That's really weird. I also would love to take a trip to Paris. I have been there before, but that was a very long time ago and I don't remember anything. So I'd love to go there, especially now that I can't speak French, because I feel like I could test to see if I could actually survive with my French skills in there. I probably would be like decently off. Let's see, I'd love to go to London. Never been there before. I think that would be a really fun experience. I'd really love to go to Amsterdam as well. I think Amsterdam looks beautiful. I'd love to go to Thailand. There's so many places I want to go in my lifetime. Right now I'm very excited about going to Japan. And also there's so many places within the United States that I'd love to visit as well. It's so weird to me that I haven't been to every state in my own country. So yeah, there's so many places I'd love to experience, and there's also so many places I'd love to stay away from. I guess we'll just start on eyeshadow. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Fix. As always, I always use this thing. The next question is, who are your favorite YouTubers? So I love watching Nikki tutorials. She has been somebody that I've been watching for probably the longest time, ever since I started watching YouTube. She's one of the few like big beauty gurus that actually does really creative looks that inspire me a lot. So I love her makeup taste. I love what she does, and she's just such a kind soul. So I really love her a lot, and she inspires me to no end. I think Jay Kissa and Mariah Leonard's channels are both so awesome. They talk about really like unique, never talk about makeup products. And I feel like for that reason, their channels are so fun to watch because a lot of the things they talk about are things that I've actually never heard of. So they introduced me to a lot of really cool products. Desi Perkins, beyond her just being absolutely stunning, probably the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life, I can tell that she has a lot of love in her heart for so many other people, and she just seems like a really awesome person that I'd love to be friends with. Samantha Ravndal, I love watching her. I could watch her for hours. She's just absolutely hilarious. Her sense of humor is very much what mine is, so I feel like her kind of dry sense of humor really resonates with me, and I love her so much for that. Just want to shout out 4 other smaller channels that I really love as well. I'm going to do my go-to kind of low-maintenance rose gold eye look. So I'm going to first reach into the Anastasia Modern Renaissance to get one transition shade. I'm using the shade Buon Fresco right here. The brush I'm using is the Sigma Diffuse Crease E38. The next question is, what is your favorite food? Green beans and teriyaki sauce. That's all I have to say. The next question is, why don't you do tutorials very often on your channel? First of all, what is this? I feel like this is kind of a tutorial. It's a get ready with me. I've been trying to do more videos where I'm doing my makeup on screen. I feel like I've been producing a few of those recently, so I hope you guys have liked kind of the changing content, and I'm trying to diversify what I offer to you guys. I try to listen to you guys and do whatever you guys want to see. I guess the main reason why I wasn't really doing get ready with me / tutorials very often was because they are a lot harder to film and a lot harder to edit. Obviously, they take a lot more time to film. I spend maybe 2 or 3 hours filming any get ready with me / tutorial because putting my makeup on screen, making sure that everything was shot correctly, just the entire process of it takes a lot more time than just your simple sit down, talk about a bunch of products, review style chatty video. I'm also very scared of messing up on screen and then you guys being like, oh my god, she can't do makeup, she's terrible at everything. But that's more of like an insecurity thing of mine. And also for me, they take a lot of time to edit. I have this really old MacBook that I edit on. So my MacBook can only handle about 30 gigabytes of information at a time. So if I'm doing a get ready with me, I have to edit in sections. So I'll edit one section, export that, edit another section, export that, and export them all together. And it takes maybe like 14 hours of editing just to create one video. So those are very high maintenance. That's why I'm doing them now when I'm not in school. But I do want to get into filming them more often because now that I'm not so scared of like messing up on screen anymore, I feel like I really do enjoy creating them for you guys. So I'm trying to get more into them and I hope you guys enjoy seeing them. And as labor intensive as the process is, I usually really enjoy the finished results. So I hope you guys enjoy seeing them. I've had a lot of fun creating them for you guys lately, so yeah. So I'm going to go into the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Weenie. This is the only Super Shock Shadow that I am keeping. I did declutter most of them in a recent video. So the reason I kept this one is because this is the most beautiful champagne lid shade and I use it specifically to do this look. This is kind of my go-to look for whenever I am having a work day and I just want something very low maintenance but also very pretty. So this is a beautiful rose gold lid shade. I just go in here with my finger. This is the best way to apply the Super Shock shadows. So just going in with my finger, as you can see, it's very reflective and I'm just going to pat it all over my lid. Next question is, what is your favorite music? Beyonce, hands down, is my favorite artist. I'm actually seeing her in September with my sister. That was one of my birthday gifts from my sister. So I'm very, very excited about that. We're seeing Beyonce and Jay-Z in concert, so that's gonna be awesome. I don't really go to concerts ever. I think this is like my 3rd concert of my entire life. I only really like going to concerts if I really, really, really love the artist. So I've been to Celine Dion one time, and I think I went to somebody else, but I don't remember who it was. One of my favorite songs is the song Praying by Kesha. That song always makes me cry, no matter what. I also really like Ariana Grande's new album. God is a Woman is everything, and I actually did a makeup look inspired by the music video because goddamn those visuals. Whitney Houston will be forever one of my favorite artists ever, and my favorite song of all time is actually the song So Emotional by Whitney Houston, so that's a great one as well. I listen to that all the time. I have a very weird eclectic music style. I feel like whenever I'm in the car with people and they're like, Julia, take the aux cord, they're like, what is your makeup taste? It's so weird. So yeah, I'm just kind of patting this onto the lid. I'm not really trying to do anything like special, create a cut crease or anything. I'm literally just kind of fluffing it up into the crease upwards, just creating this beautiful like sheen of rose gold all over my eyes. I really love this Colourpop Super Shock Shadow because it's so reflective and like very, very, I really love this Colourpop Super Shock Shadow because it's so reflective, but I feel like the kind of cream to powder texture makes it kind of look like the wet eyelid look that Glossier loves going for. So it's already very shiny, but I do want to add on just a little bit of extra kick. So I'm going to go in with the Stila Magnificent Metals eye foil thingy in the shade Kitten. This is basically like a foiled glitter shadow, and I'm just going to go in with my finger and pat it on top. The next question is about plastic surgery. Would you ever have it? First of all, I just want to say I really, really cannot with people who shame others for having plastic surgery. it's their body, it is their choice. You do not get to dictate what other people do with their bodies. So if you are one of those people that's like, oh my god, plastic surgery is terrible and you should love the skin you're in and it doesn't make any sense. I am not against plastic surgery. I think if there is something that you are uncomfortable with, you only have one life to live. So by all means, do whatever you want to change that if it will make you feel better about yourself. I just want to clarify, I'm not promoting plastic surgery or endorsing it. I find it to be more of like a last resort type of thing. I just want to say I don't understand the stigma and the shaming behind plastic surgery, if that makes sense. And if it'll make you feel more comfortable with how you look. The only thing I could really think of having plastic surgery for would be my nose, because I just don't like the shape of my nose. So yeah, those are my thoughts on plastic surgery. I don't think that it's wrong to have plastic surgery by any means. And I don't think that it's anybody's responsibility to disclose if they've had plastic surgery. I'm just going to curl my eyelashes with my Huda eyelash curler and then do some mascara. I'm scooting my mirror forward just so I can do the mascara, and then I'll scoot it backwards so you can't see it anymore, but just gonna do this one step with the mirror forward. The next question is, what is your favorite video you've ever done, and what is your favorite makeup look you've ever done? So in terms of favorite videos, I think my favorite one on my channel right now is a video that I actually recently did. It's called Full Face of Stupidly Expensive Makeup Products. I had so much fun editing that video. That was extremely, extremely fun to edit, and it took so much work to edit. It was like 16 hours of work, but I finally got it up, and it's probably one of my favorite videos I've ever done. That was so fun to create. I think my favorite look that I've ever done is hands down my Pastel Galaxy look. That was so labor intensive to create, but so beautiful. I love how it came out. Okay, so the next question is a bit tea-filled. What is your least favorite thing about the beauty community as it is right now? So, okay, this could go many different ways. I'm just gonna say right out, the negativity of it. Especially recently, every time I go into the comments on Trend Mood, which is a makeup account that posts new makeup releases, I feel like all the comments are just so negative, so hateful, and just looking for things to bash that aren't there. There are plenty of things to complain about and plenty of things to question about a brand, but you don't need to hate on everything. I wish we could get back to the point in the beauty community where there was a respect for everybody. Even if people have different makeup tastes than you, even if people have different opinions than you, you don't have to just bash other people and bash brands just because you want to. So I think there's like a common thread of respect that is gone. Those are my least favorite things about the beauty community as it exists today. There are so many things I still love and adore about the beauty community, and those are just the things I don't like, but there are so many positives that make me love what I do here. Of course, the negative voices are loud, but they're a small minority, and I think there's so many people out there who are respectful, who are decent, and who are very kind. That got really philosophical really fast, but I hate the kind of divisiveness that we see in the world and in our community right now. So now I'm gonna do lashes. These are the Eyelure Luxe Opulent Lashes, my favorite, more natural, kind of wispy lashes. This is what they look like, so just applying these. I know that like in a more natural makeup look, most people don't really do lashes, but this is me. I do lashes every single day. I'm just gonna finish off with lips. So I have the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Satin Lipstick in the shade Touch of Blush. So this is a really pretty pink toned lip. And then the final question is, what are your tips for someone who is a newcomer, who wants to start their own channel, who wants to kind of dip their toes into the beauty community? Number one is be an individual. Do not copy other people. I know it can be tempting. You want to copy somebody who has already made it, who is creating content that people love, who has like a lot of subscribers. It's really easy to want to mimic that, but you're going to be stifling your individuality and it's going to come off as disingenuous, believe it or not. It's human psychology to seek out somebody that you can trust, and if you are mimicking someone else, it's going to feel fake. It's never ever going to look genuine. So just be yourself. Stay true to yourself, be an individual, and that should be enough. I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb as well. My next tip is to respect your own boundaries. So set them and hold true to them. If you don't want to share something about your private life, don't do that. If you don't want to create a certain video but people are pressuring you to do that, don't do it. Stay true to who you are, be yourself, and people should respect that. My final tip for you is don't listen to the hate comments. If you want to, you can delete them. Take constructive criticism by all means. Never ever think that you're above being critiqued, but don't listen to people who tell you things that you know aren't true. That is the completed look. That is my completed Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. This is probably the most personal video I've ever made, and honestly, I was kind of scared to sit down and film this one because I feel like the more personality you put out there, the more there is for people to hate. But you know what? Now that I've realized that's not true, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of minimal makeup look. I get that it's not super minimal. I do have a lot of makeup on my face right now, but this is minimal for me. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed down below. Make sure you're following me on Instagram as well for makeup looks a little bit more extra than this one. And if you made it to the very end of this video, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching my channel.